City's general fund.
Yes.
Cool. Hey, moving on, any questions about anything I've talked about so far? Okay, TIFA, the West Colby's Promenade. The project's lowest bid came in from Clifford Buck Construction Company, estimated at that amount. Bid comparisons are attached. The FY 25-26 budget allocated 705, which it's more like 815 we allocated for. At a minimum, the project will move across fiscal years. The 26-27 budget will need to cover the remaining funding needs. Holding off on the stage and bathrooms will only cut 440. So even the portions that were, we thought would, or at least was told to me that would almost take a third off, really done. It's more like 20 to 25%. So we do have to figure out where those funds are going to come from to finish the project. I'll get to more of that as I go down. Recommendation: monitor funding levels and consider reducing the scope by removing the stage and the bathroom portions. A bond agreement covering all pending downtown plans will ensure the timely and full completion of the projects. An agreement will include contributing to the bond payments from TIFA designated funds. So I'm trying to build consensus off issuing the bond, and that's why I put some more information in the BLT agenda report. Do you have that, CJ?
Yes. Thank you.
So I'll get to that, but the next thing is the pocket park. Final bills are still rolling in for all downtown projects. They kind of lump them together, but the running total is $380 for the pocket park. That's with the bathroom and all that. Okay, so the next, any questions? Bond consideration for TIFA and LDFA. So right now, TIFA and LDFA are largely funded from the local community stabilization authorization money, which it took place for the property tax, personal property tax that would normally be collected. So the state made this to help fund lost revenue after that went away for businesses. So this week I got information for a $5 million bond, but I just did some math and brought up to an $8 million bond. And you can see my thought process on it, where so the lift station in Forest Main is about 1.4 million, and Lake Street from White Lake Drive to south of Country Club is about 900,000. I am exploring bond, EDA bond for those projects, so it's not like I'm saying we're gonna cut a check and start working. I am still working for bond, or grant money. But if I can get LDFA and TIFA to agree, and then have City Council agree to get a bond, we can move a lot faster on the projects I listed, specifically Muskegon Ave. That's a full rebuild with water and sewer. The area of Swedentown, I heard that's what it's called, like Tulgey Wood, Sunset, that road system over there is pretty poor. And this would also finish Colby Promenade, Industrial Park, Mill and Fill. That's only if we need to take off the top 1.5 inches and resurface it, and then get into Livingston after that. So that's about $8 million. And my thought process on the city's often gone and said, we don't want to go into debt, but right now I can borrow money at about 3.5%, and the construction price index is going up 6.5%. So our buying power is getting killed because we're saving up and paying later. So that's why I'm advocating for a bond, so we can pay today's construction prices, because we don't know what they're gonna be, at least we know what we're gonna pay if we get a bond, because it's at a fixed rate. And the local community stabilization money would cover $8 million of a bond. And that still allows LDFA and TIFA to tax capture what they would from their districts, but just that local stabilization money will go to the bond repayment. Over.
So if we borrow the money, the cost of borrowing that money is not gonna go up, but construction costs are gonna go up. So what happens if the construction costs exceed what we're saving on borrowing the money? We're back in the same situation where we're
Buying
paying a lot of
power is
money,
getting, buying power is getting less
Right.
regardless.
right?
To manage it.
So it's, I guess it's time to make a move.
And like there was budget presentations, at least for 24-25, that gave the option to go slow and steady, or pay a little bit more up front and get it done sooner. So I think we're just like at a crossroad where, we all hear it about fix the roads, fix the roads, fix the roads, but it's a lot more expensive than it was even 2 years ago. So I know prices are going to continue to go up. I don't, so that's why I'm so adamant about getting construction going now. But yeah, we are signing up the next 10 years to be paying a debt, and it doesn't all have to come out of local community stabilization funds. There's still sewer funds, water funds. We do have property taxes, but the $8 million would allow us to get ahead on planned projects.
So of all these projects listed, is there some kind of a timeline? Or is it gonna be, are these projects going to be implemented and then go for 5 years? Or what's your thoughts on that?
So a lot less than 5 years.
Okay.
So Lake Street lift station and the force main, along with Lake Street, that would be done post Labor Day next summer, so next fall. And the reason I'm saying post Labor Day, I don't think we should mess with a seasonal tourism. I don't think we need the extra road headache. And then the Colby Promenade, I think no delay on that, because it's going to connect the marina to that natural gathering location to downtown. So for that to stall midway through, I think it would just be a bad look for the city. And then Swedentown and Muskegon can be done. I think getting the right project manager for that is going to be the harder thing. But again, they're far enough separated, I believe, to not affect one another. And then after that, the following year, it would be the industrial park in Livingston. But no, I'm thinking Muskegon Ave and Swedentown next year. And if I'm able to get this bond and have the money March 1st or April 1st, I can get the ball rolling now, so we're all ready to go.
You're talking of doing those two at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year, a lift station in Lake Street.
Correct.
So four big projects next year.
Yeah. We're partially funded on 2 already.
I'm concerned, is there time enough to do that project, like the lift station in Lake Street, in the amount of time that
Yeah,
construction is available?
It's about 90 days.
We can replace the lift station and the road in 90 days?
Oh, wait, I'm trying to think now. Did it go over winter? It as far as construction goes, it's fine. I'm not too worried about that. But yes, it is a lot. Muskegon Ave is going to be, because that's a full rebuild. We have lead pipes and
Yeah.
they need to get taken out as well.
But it sounds like your intention is to go after it so that we can make good use of this $8 million.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned about the time frame of the lift station. I mean, this is, I don't know how big a job it is and what we're gonna run into. You know, there's always that, when you start digging up the ground and finding things that you hadn't planned on, or,
Right. But having this capital ready to go.
yeah,
Vice having to wait is my thought process as well.
No matter what, we're on borrowed time. with
It
those
needs-
lift stations,
it
right?
needs to
They
be
need
done.
addressed.
Yes.
Lift station number 2 and the force main especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as timing goes, it's never gonna be perfect, but I think Colby Promenade needs to be done next summer, and we can get after Muskegon and Sweden Town, hopefully this spring. It's like third wall back section of the roads.
it's all dependent on getting a bond.
Yeah, we're an A+ rating, so.
Yeah.
Favorable, terms.
Our long years of fiscal responsibility have given us that A+ rating.
Buying power keeps diminishing.
Be nice to get as much as less Colby done, as much as possible versus piecemealing that thing out for
Well,
many years.
that one's county.
Pardon me?
That's county. Colby?
Talk about,
The promenade.
Oh,
Promenade.
the promenade. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
sir.
There's 3 different names.
Yeah.
So, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'd prefer to get that all done at once than
Yeah.
have it, people shoot holes in it and stuff as we go.
Yeah.
And then it's stalled for a summer.
I know prior meetings here, we talked about doing it a piecemeal thing and that would be a potential, but I don't, so we get it done.
Yeah,
We can.
So, back to the TIFA recommendation, you got consider reducing the scope by removing the stage and the bathroom portions. Are we talking just eliminating them?
at least for a while, because you still are short about 300,000. It's 815 right now, and plus 440. Take those out, we're still about 300 short.
So you think a bathroom is much more important than a stage initially. There's a need for bathrooms that, I know the bathrooms in Goodrich Park are certainly aged and at the end of their life.
That's my spiel.
All right. Unfinished business. Any unfinished business. Okay. New business. Public access engineering. Dan, got anything on that?
No, did anyone have any ideas for that public access area?
Green space.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. I think I've been down there on my own looking at that too, and leaving it alone is, yeah. Something comes up in the future with some other ideas or something like that, can be readdressed later, but right now, I think leaving it alone. Myself.
So are you all okay with me repurposing that money with a budget amendment? I'll put it into parks.
Was it with those TIFA funds itself?
It is.
Well, you're talking about the 30,
Well, we also
And the
budgeted
other.
60.
yeah.
So we budgeted 90 for.
Yeah.
this. 30 came from Eastwood Homes. Or I can let it sit, just collect
Is
interest.
there any issue with doing that? I mean, since Eastbrook gave us the 30,000 that was supposed to go for public access, and if we don't use it for that, then are we in breach of contract?
I wish Will was here.
I do too.
I don't know,
So-
can't answer that. We'll just let it sit.
Yeah, I'd say let it
Yes,
sit,
Will,
leave it
Yeah.
where it sit, but the other 60,000 that we were city pledged, I think that should, I'm fine with that going to parks.
So it's,
I'm just concerned about the legality of taking that money and using it for something else.
okay. And then okay.
Good on that? Any other comments, questions on that? All right. Moving on to resolution 25-09, West Hall Colby Plumbing.
I'll make a resolution to approve resolution 2509 West Colby Promenade.
We have a motion, is there a second? Support. Support, discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
No, I think
Do we need a
I think you need a roll
call on that?
Yeah. Spingo?
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Sincere?
Wait,
This is TIFA,
yeah, my bad.
correct?
I'm gonna probably say it's wrong, Bam.
mine's not
Never
here.
mind. Langway?
Yes.
CJ?
Yes.
Salter?
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry, Aaron, how do I say your last name?
Higher, like Meyer, yes.
Yes.
yes,
Got everybody?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, motion passes. 2509.
So we've agreed to this plan to do the promenade next year,
As this resolution
as its
states.
resolution states. I just want everybody to be sure of what we actually approved. For the sake of the public. I think we agreed to spend the money to do the work. Is that what everybody else's understanding is?
Based on what's in this, resolution. It's approving, with a bid of 1.485.
Yes, we're just picking,
Yep.
resolution to pick the,
How it's
Contractor.
done, construction, yeah, the contractor.
That's basically what this is.
Okay.
I imagine, they're only gonna hold the price for so long, basically. they
Right.
get to do it, right? I mean, they're not gonna wait 3 years, so.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of the bid, that it's starting as soon as possible or whenever.
Right.
Well, if we're saying that we're not gonna start until next year, are they the understanding that we're gonna approve this and they're gonna start?
no, they can start now. Then, that project specifically, they can start now.
they can start, yeah, that's what this says.
Okay,
And that's what he said too. It's ready to go.
Start.
yeah,
They're ready to go.
so, but that's what I want everybody to
Yeah, he
understand.
says so in his letters too.
Yeah.
His answer is he's ready to go
So, are they planning on starting
in the morning.
tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Good.
That's good. It's been a long time coming. Look forward to.
Yeah, just got, it's just the money piece I gotta figure out.
Yeah,
We'll have enough to get through this, till spring.
Okay,
Just depends on the burn rate.
I'm sure you're gonna be coming back to us with updates and recommendations too as we go.
And just generally speaking, what's the thought on getting a bond?
That's the next bullet point there, so. About
Yeah.
consideration.
Okay.
So,
I'm ahead of you, my bad.
I think it's a good idea, to do that, and, I think it's money well spent, as you said, stretching it out in construction costs, and with the percentage what we're saving, I think, the 4% or 4.5% or whatever that's gonna be, I think it's smart way to go.
I think it's very encouraging that we're looking at getting some of this work done. You know, as everybody else has probably heard that roads comes up all the time, and that's, if we can get that thing rolling in the next couple of years, I think people will be happy.
Okay.
But it's important that people understand that this council, the city council, that for the last 4 years have agreed to the plan of what the city has spent on roads. Every one of the council members unanimously agreed to every plan that we've had.
The one alibi, I'd say maybe the information that wasn't discussed is the construction price index. I don't think that was considered. So, yeah. I have to go to council with this idea anyway, so.
Okay. No other new business, moving on to public comment. Anybody in the audience want to address the board here?
Tom Zemer, City Council. I want to start out by saying a big thanks to Dan for finally getting the meetings video. I've been asking for that for a year and a half. It's money well spent. Now people can see what's going on in these meetings. And as Dan mentioned, it is a lot that he wants to take on. And I fully support it. We need to do a lot. We need to put some real effort into fixing the roads, because the local people that live on these roads have suffered long enough. And I would just say too that what we are presented with to vote on as a council is kind of limited at times, and we haven't had the option to approve road work. So anyway, I'm glad to see that we're going to make some progress here, and thanks very much.
Anybody else? Seeing none, do we have?
Hey, I could make a comment, please. I think maybe that there should be an obligation to explaining TIFA a little more somewhere along the way to the public. A lot of complaints and a lot of whining going on about, even Tom just made a comment about us fixing the roads. We don't fix roads. We might fix a road in the TIFA district, but we don't fix roads elsewhere. And it should be explained to these people where the TIFA money, a lot of people feel that they're paying tax dollars and we're supposed to be doing something outside of our district. And they don't understand the fact how the money was frozen, or the assessments were frozen, and what we capture and how we capture, and what we have to give back if we don't use it, and where the money has to be used. A lot of people think generally that, wow, why aren't they doing Alice Street? The principle of TIFA is a little, not complicated, but it's not always out there to people that say, well, how come? How come you're spending money downtown on this pocket park? Because that's where the money came from. We didn't steal anybody's money. It was allocated in such a manner, and it's frozen in such a manner so that we get the differential. But should we not get that differential and use it, we have to give it back. And I just think it would do some publication to the general public to understand what we do, that we're not just out here throwing money around, other people's money.
If I might add on to that too, sorry. I agree with that. I have explained TIFA to people 100 times, and it is kind of a complicated thing for people to understand. Most people don't know about it. That's why we need to do a better communication process with the people, so that they do understand what's going on with the money. Most people, the LDFA too, and the Tannery Bay project. Most people don't understand the rumors about Tannery Bay not paying any taxes. and things like that. There's an awful lot of misinformation out there. It's because we haven't done a good job of communicating with the community.
Difficult to do without newspapers and without, we're kind of out here on an island, but it is something that could be somehow published a little bit more so they are more in line with, that we're not the enemy.
Yeah, I'll take a look at our, how I have it set up on our webpage now. Maybe I
Yeah.
just put a.
Yeah, it's not a complaint, it's a fact that happens, and it's been going on for years, and I think that,
Well, and the public has a certain responsibility to take it upon themselves to find
they have
out.
to, yeah, they have to find out, but we don't,
If you wanna
We
go
haven't
to
any
a
method.
movie, you go and ask them what's playing. You don't wait for them to send you a flyer and tell you, hey, this is what's playing. It's on the public to really come to the city and ask for things.
And TIFA's, Whitehall's TIFA is not an unusual animal. Most cities have them.
Right.
yeah,
The part that I'm still researching is why the local community stabilization money goes to TIF and LDFA. So the city gets none directly. And like everyone should know that a lot of money is passed through TIFA, and like you don't get $1 million, you get, it's passed through. So like some goes to the school, some goes to fire authority, and
yeah, nobody gets shorted.
MCC.
yeah, MCC. Yeah, it just passed through.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to thank Mike for stating that because a lot of the community doesn't know. That's why even I came to these and I asked who you guys were because I have no idea. I don't know why you guys are on this board. I understand TIFA because Tom has explained it to me, but like the lovely mayor just wanted to point out, people need to be involved. People need to do this. It's pretty hard when we don't understand. Or we ask questions and we're treated like we're idiots that we don't know. Also,
Who's treating you like an idiot?
excuse me, it's my turn to speak. Also, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Also, in the afternoon, a lot of people can't make these meetings. Appreciate that now it's being recorded. Again, just some stuff like that is transparency that goes a long way.
One more time. I guess what I'd like to see, and I'm gonna ask, I know you don't have anything to do.
Yeah, I know, boy.
But maybe you could find somebody who could write this up. I mean, putting
Make pictures.
right, I'm not saying that you have to, but there might be somebody even on the board or something that could write up how TIFA, how LDFA, and the Brownfield program, how they work. You know, if you hand them out copies of those documents, which I've read them all and all that, they're not going to read them. They're not, because it's kind of complicated. That would be a good first step in communicating properly with the community. So that's what I would ask.
I'll be happy to work with the city manager to see if we can develop something.
That'd be fantastic.
Okay?
We agree.
And so we can have something either on the city website or something that people can reference to.
That would be great. I think everybody, a lot of people in the community would really appreciate that. So.
Okay.
I'm sure both the newspapers would publish an article.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Final shot.
Didn't mean to make trouble.
Move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Kim's motion. We have a second.
So
Second.
moved.
We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're- Thank you.
So I'm gonna go home because I'm gonna